What's going on here, guys? Give me a second. Oh, I forgot I had this on here. There we go. Ayo, there we go. I think it's an improvement. Just this camera is just tilting sideways for some reason. But what's going on, Rob? Always, you guys, awesome tuning in tonight and live. What's going on, Mike 4 Wolf? Woo! So tonight's live stream is pretty much brought to you by another dubber, another person in need of some advice, and we're gonna give it to him. So I'm gonna get on here and look up the email that he sent me, so you guys can see what we're talking about. Let me see here. No. Wrong email box. Where is he? Come on, where did it go? Okay, here we go. Oscar Fernandez. All right, Oscar, we're here and we're going to help you as best we can. Again, that's what we do. We're here to help, and we're here to help everyone in need, and that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to minimize my little screen here. Down we go. We're going to do a capture really quick. Display capture. And we're going to move my video capture up one. There we are. So, as it goes, Oscar Fernandez. Okay, hey Al, my name's Oscar, proud owner of a broken MK4 GTI. That's right. That's how we do it here. We always own broken cars, and we love them. We love them for that reason. Okay? So here's a little bit about myself. I am in the military, veteran, did 5 years in the Navy, and currently in Utah National Guard as an Apache mechanic. Super cool, super cool. No, Tiny, no. So the issue I'm having with my car, I bought it for $1,500. That immediately is already the issue. You bought it dirt cheap, and it's a Mark IV. So, I mean, it's kind of a given, you know? There we go, a little bit higher. So, I mean, got nothing against that. But, again, it's a Mark IV, so you bought a $1,500 car, so, you know, you're going to have some $1,500 problems. Yeah, sometimes you get lucky, Tiny. It depends on the previous owner, that's for sure. It's an 03 GTI with a AWP engine, 5-speed manual. It's starting to smoke. He thought it was the gaskets on the turbo or engine. All gaskets would be all needed to get fixed. After doing that, smoking did not stop. So from there, I did a compression test, and from some research, I found out it can be exhaust valves. That is definitely a possibility. Exhaust valves can do what he's symptoms wise in his car. But again, very rare on a 1.8T. It's a very rare problem that exhaust valves have problems on these cars. It's very, very rare. So he thinks it's the guides or the pistons or the valves themselves. So at this point, I decided I was going to rip the engine out and build it. I mean, it's not a bad idea. He's thinking about 280 to 325 horsepower. Super easy to do. And he wants it as a daily. Let's see. I want it based on a fun daily driver that won't kill me. Good, good personal advice. I recommend that. After ripping it out, getting on the stand and taking it all apart, used all your videos. Awesome. Listening and watching the channel. Then I took to a local dealer shop near me. I told them that all I want is the block inspected, acid bath, honed, polished, all the nice good stuff. And all I want to stay is stock piston, so no bore. So they did all that, ended up finding a ridge on the top of the cylinder walls. They said that they can't just hone it out, so they told me they're going to have to bore it. Okay. There's an up and down side to that, depending on how much we have to bore. Now I'm asking about your experience on this type of issue with ridges on the cylinder walls. From what I saw, it's not a carbon buildup. It's metal wear. From my understanding, the piston rings don't have to travel throughout the entire cylinder wall, so the ridge can come up from metal to metal contact on engines on the top of the cylinder wall. Does this really mean that I have to bore it out? I don't want these guys to be playing me for extra money. I don't understand why it can't be honed out. What do you think? Getting new piston isn't out of my budget, but I don't want to spend more if I don't need to. And then he lists pretty much everything that's in his car. We don't need to really go through all that, but oh no, these are the list of modifications that he wants to do, which is not bad. These are all really, really good mods that he's thinking about. So a KO4, it won't make the power that he wants at all. It'd probably make anywhere from 260 to 280, pushing the living crap out of it. KO4s aren't meant to make big power. They're meant to be stock replacements that are fun replacements, but they are not 300 horsepower replacement turbos. Nowhere near that option. He has a downpipe. He has a tune already. All the typical basic mods for a Mark IV 1.18. Nothing crazy. So everything he's putting on this list is pretty much basic, super basic list for his rebuild that he wants. Let's see here. There's another email, so hold on here. So thanks for the quick reply. On the subject email will be on Thursday, Friday night. I told him that we're going to be doing it Friday night around 9 p.m. So hopefully he joins in. If not, it's okay. It'll be here for him to be a part of it. So let's go down the possible issues that he might have based off of the description he gave us. So number one, he's getting smoke. Now smoke has a lot of potential, has a lot of symptoms and very odd symptoms. So whenever you get really, really crazy exhaust smoke, or there's two different kinds of smoke you can get out of your car. Number one, black or blue smoke. It's more blue. And then there's white smoke. The two different kinds of smoke. There is a third one, which is like just solid black. And I'll go through the differences between the three different kinds of smoke that you can get out of a car. Number one, white smoke, coolant. Coolant or running very, very lean. A lot of times, if there's an injector stuck closed or not dumping enough fuel, you're going to lean out, and you will lean out a lot. And what will happen by leaning out a lot, you will get white smoke. This was actually a common problem with my Mark IV, because I thought it was coolant. And I went through everything imaginable to diagnose a coolant leak, and it wasn't coolant. It actually was an injector that was giving me a really crappy duty cycle, and it was leaning itself out at idle only. The moment I started giving it gas, flawless, not a single problem with the car. Just only when I was stuck at idle. So white smoke can be two things. It can be coolant, it can be fuel, or not enough fuel, for example. Now, quickest way to find out, smell the exhaust. Don't put your face in front of the exhaust. Step away from it and just give a waft. If it smells like water, like steam coming out of the car, it's probably coolant. If it smells like gasoline but not fully burnt, like a really rich or lean smelling like fuel, it's probably an injector or a MAF sensor or an O2 sensor that's on its way out, giving you this issue where it's leaning out and it's just not running correctly. Okay, now we have black smoke. Black smoke is because you're running rich. Your car is dumping a ton of fuel and it's burning a lot of it, but it's burning so much that it can't actually burn all of it, so it makes smoke. And it makes a dark black smoke. That's rich. Now, a lot of people out there will always say, oh, rich is better than lean. They are correct. Never run lean, because running lean runs hotter. Running rich runs cooler. So a rich system or a car that's running rich, you have less issues. Yeah, you're running rich, you're dumping more fuel, but you won't have the problems of a car like maybe burning a valve or causing something to crack because of extreme heat. You're better off running rich and then fixing it and working your way towards proper fuel control. Now, blue smoke. Blue smoke is oil. There's the only way to get blue smoke is because of oil. Blue smoke will pretty much, it'll look blue, legitimately blue. When you see it, when it burns, it has a blue tone or tint to it. Daddy! Daddy! You say hi to people? Look. These are babies. No one's ever seen my baby. This is my baby. Well, they've seen you, but... Yeah, no, don't touch the keyboard. It's my keyboard. That's my baby. Say hi. Say look, let me say hi. Say hi. Wow. See? Say hi. Okay. Now say bye. Say bye. Bye, everybody.
Show me mad face.
Show me mad face.
Lonnie mad face. Lonnie mad face.
Lonnie, say mad. Say, now be mad. Go.
Mad face.
She did it. She did it for you guys. Oh, you're going to take
You're
this,
so
Jason?
good.
Taking Jason? Okay.
Good girl. You say hi to everybody.
Yeah. She said hi to the internet. Now she's famous. Okay, so blue smoke, again, is oil burning. Now, on a Mark IV, on a 1.8T engine, most common places for oil to burn is, number one, the turbo. The turbo seals are very, very common on these cars to fail, especially because they're 20 years old, or on their way to becoming a 20-year-old car, aka 20-year-old turbo. Those seals are going to fail and they're going to leak, and it's going to cause a lot of smoke coming out of the exhaust. Freaking tiny. So that's number one. Number two, you can also have excessive blow-by, where a lot of oil is going through your cylinders and into your pistons, and causing a lot of smoke coming out. So you can have piston ring failure. You can also have what we call valve guide or valve failure, where oil is seeping through the top of the head and making its way down. Very rare, though, that those go bad on a 1.8T. And when I mean rare, I mean I've never had it happen before. So, again, that's kind of a thing that you're not going to see all the time or commonly in this situation. So, those are the three forms of oil problems or smokes, types of smoke that you can get out of your exhaust. All right, so another thing is for this guy, compression test is a very good choice. His other problem is that he went to a machine shop and they said it had scoring. So in the sense of boring an engine, so making it larger than what it came from the factory. Boring is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but it can be a bad thing at the same time. Number one, depending on cost. So if that machine shop is like, we're going to have to bore it out, it's going to cost you like $500, $700, or even $1,000. Axe it. go find a used 1.8T motor, disassemble it, take it back to the machine shop, and have them inspect that one and make sure everything's legit. If it is, use that block for your build. Because if they're going to give you issues like that, then you're better off. It's all right, Oscar. Again, if you miss out, this is Oscar, by the way, guys, over there in the chat room. He's the guy we're actually trying to do a live help out today, you know? So, it's okay, Oscar. Don't worry about it. Once the video's over, you can watch it and then learn from it pretty much. So, we're at the point in your email where you ask about boring because they said they had damage on the cylinder wall. So, at this point, you're going to fall under another situation where, is it worth doing? Well, number one, your power goal. Let me turn off that light in the background. Hold on. The power goal that you're looking for doesn't need any boring of the block. You just need to get a good hone and make sure that the cross honing is well done. That's pretty much it. Obviously, they got to deck the block on the head and the block and make sure that they grind down all your valve seats. They make sure that they hot tank it and clean everything like it's brand new. Because if you don't, you fall in a whole other can of worms. Okay, so no big deal. So, Oscar, ask them how much it's going to cost for them to bore your engine. Again, if it's more than $600, then just axe it out. And that's just boring. That doesn't count for everything else that they're going to do on it. If it's going to be more than $600, just cancel that and go to the next step. Go find another used 1.8T. Once you find another good used 1.8T engine, disassemble the entire block and then take it back to the shop and then go from there. If the block is in good condition and they don't give you ish for it again, then build from there. Usually when you bore a piston or a cylinder, it's because you're going to try to make more power. But boring requires you to get one of two things. You can either get bigger pistons or you go oversized on your piston rings. Now, oversizing piston rings isn't a bad thing. However, if the machine shop does a really bad job, then you're just effed in the A, guys, because you have a lot of other fun problems after that. And that's why I don't recommend any machine shop boring your block unless they're willing to take, unless you and the shop are willing to take the risk behind it. Because, again, you can bore it and then go bigger piston or go bigger piston rings, one size over, or we call it 1+ or +1, I think. But you have to be careful, all right, Oscar? Be very careful on how that ends up becoming the situation for your block. Now, let's see. We're gonna go pretty much from top to bottom. So hopefully you understood. When you rewatch the video, we talk about the smoke coming out of your exhaust. We talked about doing a compression test, which you already did. And again, good. That was smart of you to do it, and that's why you pulled the block and get it all going from there. Now, for your power goal of 280 to 325, you need rods and you need head studs to hold on to the power. So rods and head studs are going to be your main upgrade on that for your performance upgrade. Everything else is literally going to be stock. Your bearings are going to be stock. Your rod bearings are going to be stock. Everything on the car is going to be stock. You just need rods and bearings. Rods and ARP head studs is where pretty much your power comes from on these engines. It's insane. It makes no sense, but stock pistons are good up to 500 horsepower. Integrated engineering rods are great for all the way up to 700 horsepower. So As long as you keep your power under 500 horses, perfect. Perfect scenario. Perfect end goal. So, what's up, Tiny? What do you what do you want to say? What do you want to get out of your mouth right now? I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait for your comment, Tiny. Jason forgot his phone. See, now that you don't want to hold back, now this guy always got something to say. Now when I call you out, you won't even say it, fool. Charles. Better video quality isn't doing you any favors. I don't care. I really don't care what I look like. I'm not here for a beauty pageant, Sam, at all. You guys wanted better video quality, so I'm okay with that, you know? I'm okay that, you know, it's not as clear. But the added benefits here, guys, is that it's working, and the better video quality makes a difference. I mean, it really does. So I have to keep going through this. So no, Tiny. Your car will not go faster. However, your car will go a lot faster if you put an antifreeze Freon or antifreeze in your oil, because it cools down the oil better for you. No, I don't have an OnlyFans. Not anymore. I got in trouble for it. It was a little too risque. Sorry about the stuff on the screen. So, the estimate for head work, block work, and new piston, and a new piston and bore is looking around $1,000. By the way, what do you mean by a new piston? Explain that, Oscar. Sorry about the stuff on the screen, guys. There it goes. It's gone now. Come on, Oscar. Waiting for your reply, man. So they're trying to give you one bigger piston. Is that correct? Oh wow, 4? Okay, so they're trying to give you 4 larger pistons. That's actually really cheap then. Holy crap! Now, find out what those pistons are. Find out the model or the brand of those pistons. Yeah, because if those pistons are OEM, if they're legitimate OEM pistons, not like a third-party brand that's meant to meet OEM quality, if they are factory pistons or like a good brand, then yeah, for $1,000 for all that work, totally worth it. Totally worth it. But if they're like some random brand, like it's like some cheap Chinese made out of Chinesium, nah, man. Not at all. You're going to break your car. For Sam W. Travis, Integrated Engineering. Go there. Drop in rods. Best thing you can ever get. Travis. For Sam W. Speaking of pistons, are there any reasonably affordable sets of AAA VR6 that aren't garbage? Or does it really only make sense to just go to JE? Yeah, JE pistons are legit. Wesco is another company you can go with. I think it's WEISCO. Wesco pistons are phenomenal. So Wesco pistons and then JE pistons. There's another brand I forgot. But yeah, those are perfect for VR6 motors. Kahit Tiny, no eBay. Yeah, man, if you're getting a good discount, by all means, for the price that you're gonna pay, if it's $1,000 for all of that work, then yes, 100% worth it. Because typically, just typically for a hot tank, hone, decking, and valve seat grinding, it's usually $400 to $600, up to almost $800 for that work. And now you're adding a set of pistons plus you forgot your phone.
Thank you.
No problem, man.
All right.
See you tomorrow?
I'll let you know.
All right.
Can I call you?
Yeah, call me or Carlene, all right?
I only have your number.
Okay, then call me.
Okay.
Don't forget your charger.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Enjoy that ramen. It's just going to be legit.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man. So, a lot of those things that you guys are going to try to do with the cost of that, what he's going to be getting for that price is legit. Now, figure out what size wrist pin it is, number one. Yes, sir?
Can you
Call Auntie? Here. Take it. Oh, never mind. Here.
I'll just give her a
No, I'll keep it.
Wait, is that her phone?
My phone.
Looks like
Bye. Okay. No, I'm not gonna go rent over. I'm gonna go next year though. I gotta bring the Mark II and I gotta bring the Corrado to that car show next year for sure. That kid is awesome. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Come on, camera. There we go. So, for everything that we're going to be doing, Oscar, but why? Number one, Corona. Number two, COVID-19. And number three, the safety of my wife and kids. So, yeah. Which one? I gave it to Auntie. They should be in the kitchen. I gave them to you, babe. So, I'm not gonna go this year. This year is kind of like, if I'm gonna go to a car show, I'm going by myself, with no family, unfortunately. I want to go to Rennerfest, but I can't go you know, with this year, because we're in a pretty much in a hotel for multiple days, and I just my family safety is just too important. I don't want to deal with this, you know, and I don't want to have corona or give my wife corona, because man, that would suck, because my wife probably wouldn't make it, honestly. Especially having been very, very asthmatic, she probably wouldn't survive corona if she caught it, and it's super scary, very, very scary. So we're very careful and cautious with that. So besides all that, again, for Oscar, yeah, because you caught corona, Tiny, and you know that shit sucks. Just for all you guys who think it's fake, ask Tiny how fake corona is. So, oh, now you are, because you caught it, fool. So back to Oscar's dilemma here. So again, when you go to the shop, make sure they tell you the wrist pin size, the piston size, and pretty much the brand of those pistons. All right, Oscar, super, super important, because if not, you're not gonna be successful in this build, or the quality will not handle the power that you're gonna put into that block. Believe it or not, 280 to 300 horsepower will not hurt the engine at all. What's going to hurt you is the torque. 1.8 T's or Volkswagen engines are notoriously known to make immense amount of torque. They make more torque than they do horsepower. So I would definitely, again, double check everything that you have going on in that block. Rob, Al, got a question about wheel fitment when you got a mint. Okay, ask the question, Rob. Tiny, I don't know. It sounds like they might be trying to get him for some money. For Tiny, that is a possibility. This is why we have to ask these questions. Because asking questions for proper parts and what's going on, and then doing your research on the brand of the part and all that, will probably work out for him. But again, if they're new parts and they're made out of cheap Chinese metal, no, not worth $1,000, because you're gonna break your engine. Simple as that. That is also correct, Tiny. Very, very good advice from Tiny. Also, make sure that you see them put in new parts and let you see the old ones, so they make sure they put in the new parts in the engine. Very good advice, Tiny. Very, very good. Yeah, for once you said something that's not douchey, Tiny. Oh man, my eyes. Awesome. I have my moments. I love it. I love it. Oscar, any more questions, please? Because I pretty much answered everything on your email. Anybody else on here that's tuning in, do you guys have any questions for me? Good. Also, Oscar, before they install the pistons, see if you can find any type of model number underneath the piston on the inside of the skirt. The manufacturers always label the model numbers on the inside of the skirt, so you know you have good pistons or cheap stuff, you know. And that way you can confirm what they're putting in your car. Tiny, why do they rub on the front? What's the offset on your Brocs? Are they 30, 35, 25? Currently running 17, 8.5 ET, 25 all around with 15 mm spacer. Front wheel drive, 20 mm front and 25 in the rear. Want to go up the all around, changes bolt pattern 5x120. I want to have the same fitment. Okay. Well, Rob, you're not going to have the same on your car due to the fact that the front and rear of those cars are very different. Tiny, you need to put a 10 millimeter spacer on yours. I mean, an 8 to 10 millimeter spacer on yours on the front. One more thing. Head gasket will depend on size of the piston and bore. Any recommendations for that? No, there's no change. So, if you get a head gasket, so what you need to do is you have to go find a head gasket that's oversized, based on the bore size that you got. There's a website you can. I think you can just Google just oversized gasket. Oversized gasket for a for larger bore on your AWP engine. It's very common. They do make oversized gaskets for them. All right. Well, you got to call your homie and get them back, fool. So back to Rob's question. Currently running 17 by 8.5 ET25 all around with 15 millimeter spacers on the front and 25 in the rear. I want to go to ET20 all around, but change bolt pattern to 5x120. Okay, Rob, I don't understand why you're going to a 5x120 when your car is a 5x100. So that kind of makes no sense. BBSs, depending on the generation of the BBSs. There's some BBSs that have 24 bolt, I think 15 bolt, and there's like a 31 bolt. So yeah, there are different bolts per depending on the BBS. Yeah, you don't want to do a two-piece BMW BBS wheels. Their offset is horrendous. I don't know if they have 20. I would do some research, Ivan. Look around. But for you, Rob, I wouldn't even bother with those wheels. They're a good choice in wheels, but the offset is so bad. Because they're ET20. So for your wheel to mount, you're going to have a positive, or actually a negative ET of... Oh no, you're going to be like ET5. So the front wheel is going to be like super far out. It's too much. I think the front offset is 15 max. Before the wheel starts poking out like crazy, or 20. Before that wheel just pokes out like a mother. So it's going to suck. Same with the rear. I think the most you can run in the back is like an offset of like 10 to 15. Before that, offset just makes that wheel stick out way too much on the back. Yeah, Tiny, but vet wheels have an offset of like 45. So when you put a spacer on them, because they're so much further in, you can put an adapter, like a 20 millimeter adapter, and rock them, because their face is like a 45 or something like that. It's like some obscured number. Just like Porsche wheels, Porsche wheels have an offset of like, I think, 45 in the front or in the rear, and like, I think like 50 in the front. So you can run a 20 or 25 millimeter adapter, and they'll bolt right up with no problems because the offset is just right. Tiny, don't worry about it. Ivan, I would double check if they're real. If they're real BBSs, have them send you pictures of the stamp on the back of the face. That's actually a really good price if they're authentic 5x, especially if they're 5x112. 5x112 is a much better bolt pattern. But yeah, I would double check that because they might have been filled and then re-drilled with custom barrels, which is not uncommon. It's definitely a common practice with BBS wheels since they're so hard to find. So I would definitely look at. Adapters are not sketchy if you run the proper brand. Get quality stuff. Don't buy cheap ass Amazon, eBay adapters. That's where the sketchiness comes in. If you get good 42 draft design, H&R adapters, you're 100% safe. 100% safe. I mean, I've never seen that becoming an actual issue. Yeah, Ivan, because probably they're fake. Yeah, ECS does make a good adapter, actually. I actually have ECS adapters on my Mark IV right now. Dude, the metal on H&R adapters is amazing. They actually use quality billet aluminum. So those things will never give you a problem. Never. I have ECS tuning adapters for my fronts, and I've had them on my car for now, well, 2 cars actually, for almost 4 years. Not a single problem. You know, the rear adapters on my car are 42 draft designs, and they're phenomenal, dude. They're not cheap things, cheap adapters. That's why you pay $200 for a set of 2 adapter plates, you know? So yeah, for you, Ivan, I wouldn't buy them. I don't think they're real. If he doesn't want to send you pictures of the rear, like to make a sale, then it's probably not real, honestly. And for you, Rob, I mean, 20 mil, then you have to run an adapter. And the smallest adapter you can get safely is a 15 millimeter adapter. So with the 15 millimeter at 20 ET, you're running a 5 ET offset, which means that sucker is going to be like sticking out like crazy in the front of your car. Not safe and probably not going to look very good, honestly. Yeah, exactly. Go to junkyards. You get lucky sometimes, man. Some better wheels. I personally, Rob, get some Porsche twists if you can find some. Oh my God. Mark IVs with Porsche twists are beautiful. Exactly. Offset 30 is perfect. 35, 30 is like the perfect offset for the rear. The front is like, give or take, 25 to 30 is also really good. Lobster claws, I'm kind of like in the middle for lobster claws, but the Porsche twist, to be exact, Porsche turbo twist, probably one of the best looking factory wheels you can find. David, yeah, go for it. The poly sway bar ones pretty much don't do much of anything. They don't really flex because the sway bar itself doesn't slide. It bends up and down. So it's, I mean, it'll be fine, poly or not. No, maybe Ivan, I don't know. Travis Johnson, what mods can you get away with in California? Want to delete some leak points, SAI, register and tag. In your engine bay, nothing. There's nothing you can do to a modification wise that you can get away. Nothing. That affects smogging. The only thing you can change is anything with the coolant system and the power steering. So you can do a power steering delete and a coolant ball delete and a power steering relocation. You can do that, which will open up that entire side of the engine bay. But then you still have all that garbage underneath your intake manifold. Then you can't remove that. Unfortunately, you'll fail smog immediately. Yeah, Rob, I wouldn't recommend it. Exactly. You can run a legal intake. That is it. Yeah. Hey, Rob, I'm going to the junkyard tomorrow if you want to meet up. I'm gonna be at the junkyards around 9 a.m. I think 9 or 10 a.m. Yeah, tomorrow. We got to go pick up a transmission for that Mark IV for Mark. So he's coming with me. What do you want, Tiny? I always take my special secret bag. I'll show you guys my bag. Hold on. I hate it here. Why, Trav? Where do you hate? Be right back. Hold on. This right here, guys, is my junkyard tool bag. I bring basic tools in here. Large, like I bring all the large containers and like my toolboxes and stuff like that inside here. And I bring another tool bag inside of this. But this is my favorite bag in the world. I got this out of a trash can. And I love it because... Where is it? No. Over here. So this is like the normal bag. You see this? This is just like the bag, the inside bag, you know, the pocket. But the liner ripped out of it, which is super cool. So because of this liner ripped out, I can stuff everything and anything inside this little compartment. Inside of that. And no, when they go inside here and they look, they never look in here. So I get like I can literally get like 3 or 4 throttle bodies and like a bunch of stuff in here, and they never look inside here. And so what I do is I scoot it to the back and I put my tool bag, and they just don't see it. It's just like, oh, okay. It's super cool. Ivan, they do. They have 4 Jettas and like 2 Beetles right now at the one in I think the South one has them. I just checked our website. They're a little beat, but I don't think anybody ever pulls the transmissions out of them. So we're going to go do that tomorrow. I checked it yesterday, so they got a couple Mark IVs there. Let's see here. I'm trying to think what else is there. So yeah, I just show you guys my tricks of the trade. That's right. Again, junkyards, I mean, they're going to throw away these cars, unfortunately. So I take advantage of it as much as I can. And Tiny, you said you want an engine cover? I think I got one for you. Hold on. Got one for you, Tiny. Look at that. Got your 1.8T engine cover. You can have it. See that? You can have this free 99. Just drive your ass all the way here. Because if I ship this, it's like a $30 shipment. But you can have it. I don't mind you taking it. So it just the VW thing always falls off. So yeah, or just bring me a 6-pack of beer. I'm always down for that. Yeah, the logos fall off because they're held together by glue. Actually, like they're not glue. The welding they do is a plastic weld. So they go on here, and you'll see these little holes in the back of it. They literally melt them, and what happens is that if the car gets super hot during the summer, they get so hot they loosen up, and then they just vibrate off, and they just disappear. It's actually a super common problem with those supercars. You guys have any other questions, though? If not, I'm going to call it a night. Yep. Any more questions, guys? Because I'm going to call it a night. Hopefully Oscar got it. I think you answered everything for me. Awesome! See? That's what I want to hear. Awesome, Oscar. I'm glad I was able to help you. Much better than an email, honestly. Because then you can rewatch the video. DSG or stick? Stick all day. DSG is amazing. I love DSG. But it's not something I will personally drive. To me, yes, it's better shifting. Yes, the car is faster. Yes, it's like everything's better about it. But it's not driving a car. I'm sorry. You're literally just putting your foot down and going. I like to cram it in, pull it out, cram it in. I'd rather drive a manual transmission all day. The experience is just better. Ford, Chevy, or Dodge? Chevy. I'm a Chevy guy. If I had a choice, I'm a Chevy guy. I just like, unless they're old Fords, then yeah. I like classic Fords. I'm a big classic Ford fan. But a classic Chevy truck, like a 50s, 60s truck, oh man. A 53 single cab, whew, whew, all day. But again, whatever. Never gonna buy one. Never. El Camino, bro. The Ranchero was a turd. The Ranchero is such a turd of a car. Yeah, 55 Ford F100 was dope. I'll give you that. That's a dope car. Bronco or Blazer? Bronco. Bronco 1. I'm a big Bronco 1 guy. The Bronco 2 was cool, but I think it went weird with that chassis. The Bronco 1 though, yeah. I F with that. Impala. Fool, I'm Mexican. Impala. You know Mexican gonna mess with a Crown Vic? Impala, fool. It's embedded in our DNA for that. Crown Victorias is what we run from. Oscar, yes, I would love to. Please keep me informed, keep me updated. I would love to keep everything going and updated with you. No problem with me. I definitely don't mind that at all. Keep me informed. Send me pictures. Send me video. I would share it to the world. I'll share it on my channel, my Facebook, on my Instagram. It's what I do. Ooh, Tiny, you can't do that, fool. You can't do that. That is... Oh my God. You can't ask that question. Because each one has its own place. Because me, eggs and hot dog all day. All day. But eggs and bacon is just a staple. Like, it's just like, you have to have it. But eggs and hot dog, whoo, fire all day. Yes, Oscar, please. And yes, I put ketchup on my eggs, Rob, and Cholula. Or Tapatio, one or the other, whichever one comes first. GTI or GLI? GTI, bro. I still don't own a Jetta. All the Jettas I have here are not mine. I'm giving those away.
You have a Jetta.
Oh, the Outlander. The Outlander's not a Jetta though.
It's still a Jetta.
It's not a Jetta. It's an Outlander.
Anymore.
It's an Outlander.
It's not a Jetta anymore.
No, it's not a Jetta, period. It's an Outlander.
Why'd you ring off?
It fell off. I do want a Jetta, but if I get a choice between Jetta or GTI, I'm gonna get a GTI. Sorry.
Get a wagon.
A wagon, yeah. I'd rather get a Jetta wagon.
He said he'd probably come tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, I told you that. He told me. All right, guys. Definitely Oscar. What's up?
Alonso wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on. He was able to.
He
watch.
finally got on, yeah. He got on like 20 minutes late, but it's fine.
You got questions answered, right?
Yeah, answered all his questions, yeah. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. I'm going to go hang out and watch some movies with my nephew. Chicken or beef? Both. How about chicken and beef?
Shrimp.
With shrimp. Yeah.
Shrimp.
Surf,
And turf.
surf, turf, and sky burrito.
Chickens don't fly. There's no sky burrito.
I know, but you know.
Grass.
Grass, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to leave here, Rob, by like 8:30 or 9.
Oh, you're doing junkyard.
Yeah, I got junkyard in the morning. All right?
You show them the sign? You did? You show them the picture?
Oh, yeah, before I leave. I'll say it before I leave.
The 10K guy.
Finally finishing them up, by the way.
You're beautiful. You're upside down.
Oh, there you go.
You're beautiful.
So these are the signs for the 10K winners. I finally got time to take care of you guys.
And we got your shirts.
We got your shirts done. We got your stickers and your 3D prints. So for the 10K giveaway, guys,
They're going out.
they're finally going out next week. So be there for the first, second, and third place winners. We're taking care of that as well. But
Next week.
these are the new metal signs that I made, and they're sanded and clear coated.
They're pretty.
So they came out really good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm heading out. Have a wonderful time. What's up, Dub Invasion? Oh, by the way, Dub Invasion, I got the box, and thank you. Thank you. Wanted to give you guys heads up. Dub Invasion hooked up my buddy Mark, the teenager, with some cast aluminum parts for his Jetta. I mean, for his GTI. So, thank you, buddy. We're actually going to be working on that tomorrow, by the way.
We have a new teenager, too.
Oh yeah, we have another new teenager that's helping us too. They literally pop up like at random. It's so
We
weird.
have other children.
Yeah. All right, but have a wonderful night, guys. And as always, here at PincheAls Garage, if you see another fellow dubber on the road, give him a thumbs up. All right, deuces. Respect one another, and as always, we're gonna break, we're gonna fix, and we're gonna repeat.
All over again.
Tiny, he's running a sweatshop. Yes, I am. Jeez.
Look, there's the sewing machine.
Yeah, there's a sewing machine now.
For
It's
the
an
sweatshop.
official sweatshop. But I pay them. Peace out and have a wonderful night.